everyone, and welcome to this week's Crafternoon video. Today we're going to be making a butterfly. Plus, we'll have enough leftover materials at the end to make a special bonus craft. The first step, of course, is to pick up this week's craft kit from the library vestibule. It will be labeled Butterfly, and it will have the date 05/27 written on the bag. In the bag, you will find one piece of white paper, one piece of black paper, one coffee filter, two colored craft sticks, and one piece of pipe cleaner. From your house, you'll need to find some washable markers, any color that you like, glue. I used a glue stick, but liquid glue probably works better here. You'll also need scissors and maybe some tape, just in case. Now it's time to make our butterfly. Place the coffee filter on the black paper. This will protect your surface from what we're about to do, which is coloring. Flatten out your coffee filter as best as possible, and using your markers, color any design you want. Now be sure to use washable markers. That's very important, and you'll see why in a second. Try to color as much of the coffee filter as possible, but don't worry if there's some white parts showing through. When you're done coloring, use a very wet paper towel to drip water all over the coffee filter, like this. Be sure to get most of the coffee filter wet, but don't use so much water that it runs off the paper. Once your coffee filter is nice and wet, place the white sheet of paper on top of the coffee filter. You might want to put something heavy on top to help press it all together. I used a heavy library book, but shh, don't tell anyone. It may take an hour before everything is dry. But once it's done, this is how it should look. Your coffee filter should look dappled, almost like we painted it with watercolor. And the white sheet should be stamped with the design from your coffee filter. It's so pretty. Now let's assemble our butterfly. Take the colored coffee filter, grab your scissors carefully, and cut the filter in half right down the middle. Now swap the two halves so that the cut edges face outward. It already looks like a butterfly. We have wings now. Pinch the middle of each wing together like this. Now get your craft sticks and your glue. Put glue on the top part of each craft stick and then press your wings onto one of those sticks. Next, lay the second stick on top and press the whole thing together. You might find that you have to hold the two sticks together while the glue dries. Once that's done, find your piece of pipe cleaner and wrap it around the top end of the craft sticks. This will make your butterfly's antennae. There, you're all done. You have a beautiful butterfly. Now, what about that special bonus craft I mentioned? You should still have your colored white paper and some black paper that survived the water. I decided to use my paper to make a fun monster face. I used a dark marker to draw the monster face shape. Then I cut out the monster's face, and I used parts of the black paper to cut eyes and a mouth, and some of the leftover white paper to add to the eyes. I also cut some sharp fangs. And ta-da! I have a silly monster. I hope you enjoyed this week's crafts. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for crafting, and we'll see you next time.